Hey, I'm Marcus.
And I'm Nick.
We are Working Class Nerds.
Cue the intro. That's right, we are Working Class Nerds, the podcast that gives you no information about your favorite information.
Today is Thursday, September 1st, 2022, and you can find this 165 podcast on Apple Podcasts, Buzzsprout, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, Spotify, and anywhere you can find a podcast in the universe. And you can now hear every single Working Class Nerds episode on the YouTubes. You can also watch me terribly fail at video games Tuesdays, Saturdays, and Sundays at twitch.tv/MarcusB814.
You can also watch me play video games every single Monday night at twitch.tv/NickVern51.
And we are both occasionally on the Twitter. I am at MarcusB814.
And I'm at Nick Vern, that's NICKVR. In this week's episode, we're talking with an original member of the Nerds community, a fellow Twitch streamer, and an amazing person. That's right, it's Emrys Gaming. So welcome to the show, Emrys. And what have you been up to?
Take two.
Take two, that's right. Yeah, we tried to have Emrys on 2 weeks ago, and Marcus had all kinds of technical difficulties because his laptop is a jerk. And now Emrys is back. So welcome, Emrys.
Well, thanks, Nick. I have listened to Working Class Nerds for dozens of episodes, and I still can't get over how good that intro is and how smoothly that goes every single time. So I'm impressed with that.
Well, thanks. I do it. It works because I write it out. If I don't write it out, I'm like Ron Burgundy. If it's not on the prompter, I don't say it. And if it is on the prompter, I say it. So I have to type it up ahead of time, and then I just read the prompter. Easy peasy.
And what's really truly funny, too, is when Nick, if I write it and he doesn't rewrite it, the intro is terrible, and we usually have to redo it.
Yeah, then I stop. If I don't type it in my own voice, then like if Marcus tries to type it and then I try to read it with my own voice and make ad libs, it's just terrible.
Make ad libs.
It's all about the script. But yeah, I do that live every episode.
Things happen. Yeah,
well, it does happen. So, Emrys, what is your main days like lately?
Main days.
Yeah, like
honestly,
what are you doing
just
what?
Yeah,
Marcus?
no, I mean it just recent.
I believe we have a delay. No, Marcus meant to ask, what is your day-to-day life like? Like, what are you up to? Is what he was trying to ask. And then we talked over each other 4 times in a row.
Okay. Well, honestly, I feel like it recently has been changing because college has started up for me. So that is a big step in adulthood, I guess, you could say. But I mean, just being almost 19 and having a content creator side of life and then going into college is a big step. But no, it's been a lot of fun. Streams have been going absolutely amazing. I just recently got back from a 2-week break due to having COVID.
Sorry, that's tough.
Yeah, no, it wasn't fun, unfortunately. I thought maybe I could stay in bed for a few days and, watch Twitch streams, things like that. But yeah, no, it wasn't fun. But I really enjoyed returning back to it. Things have been going great. I've really been enjoying the content side of things, playing a lot of some games that aren't as popular as they used to be, like Star Wars Battlefront 2 and Overwatch. Praying that Overwatch will get revamped when Overwatch 2 comes out October 4th. But just, chilling, vibing, having a good time, things like that.
Well, Overwatch 2 probably isn't getting revamped. It's going to just ride out into the sunset because they're coming out with the new game.
You mean
I'm guessing the new game is going to be amazing because they're going to fix, well, in theory, they're going to fix all the problems with the original.
Wait, is Overwatch, are you talking about regular Overwatch? Or I thought Overwatch 2 was supposed to be a new game.
Or it is a new game.
Oh, okay.
It's coming out in October.
Yeah.
Got it.
Like the
Overwatch
beta
2
was
will
available.
be replacing Overwatch.
Right. Okay.
Right. But they obviously won't shut the servers down to Overwatch 1 for a while.
Correct.
Hopefully.
I would imagine. I don't know. Well, What I can say is it's a shame about Battlefront 2. Like, we've beat that horse many, many times. It's really a shame about it because it is such a good game. It's really pretty. The one thing that the Frostbite engine does well is first-person shooters. It really does it well. And
Agreed.
then them unlocking the code for the game and making all the mods, like, I love Ventress, and I didn't think the Ventress mod was that good, but what is amazing is the Second Sister mod because of Jedi Fallen Order.
Right, so it's similar.
Because there were so many animations that they could just copy from that. It's unbelievable.
That's
and
also made with Frostbite, right?
What?
Jedi Fallen Order. I think that's Frostbite as well.
I thought it was Unreal.
I don't know. It's one of the two, but it looks beautiful. So,
yeah, I'm not sure. Jamie?
Pull that up. Please hold. I'm on it.
Well, that's awesome, Emrys. I'm happy you're here. And yes, the last time you were...
I'm very happy to be here.
The last time we were trying to do this, the technical difficulties really sucked. I think that's the first time in Working Class Nerds history my audio didn't work.
Yeah, I think so too.
It's usually the guests that audio that craps out. So, Nick, what have you been up to?
So, I went and saw Dragon Ball Superhero yesterday.
Oh my God.
I went solo because I was trying to link up with Joey Feta, aka Mr. Frozen Cheddar, who's my Dragon Ball.
He's way too cool for us.
I don't think he's too cool for us. He is busy though, and he's getting married in October, which is exciting. So congrats to them, to Joey and Corey. But anyways, I went
my invite.
Well, yeah, no kidding. They're not inviting a lot of people.
Well, I should have been invited. I should have been your +1.
Yeah, no, that's not happening. Although if I didn't have somebody who was like a +1, I could bring you. That would be fun. Wow, it just blew my mind. I almost wish I didn't have one now. Just kidding.
That would be wild.
Yeah. All right. Anyways, meanwhile, back at the ranch, I saw it. It's good. It's a little cheesy, but I enjoyed it.
Did they make the spirit bomb for an hour and a half?
No, it was an hour and 40 minutes, but there was some cool transformations, which is sweet from a couple characters. So, actually, you know what? Goku didn't fight in this. It was Gohan. It was the main fighter. Gohan and Piccolo were the two main fighters, which is cool.
Wait, Piccolo's not dead?
No, Piccolo's alive.
Frieza whooped his ass.
Well, yeah, they brought him back with the Dragon Balls.
Oh, I forgot about the Dragon Balls.
Yeah, it's all about the Dragon Balls. But
speaking of balls, Chimeri loves Pokeballs.
Okay.
Salty ones.
Those are typically how they come.
That transition was marvelous.
Speaking of balls, also speaking of balls, the House of the Dragon is pretty dope on HBO.
Yeah, I've only seen one fucking episode because
also fun fact, Discord does not let you stream HBO Max or apparently most streaming things. So like what we tried to do, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, yeah, we watched this is what happened last week. Black screen.
And then normally Wednesday nights we have guys night where we go over to my dad's house, aka Marcus's uncle, because we're cousins. And we watched something. We've been watching last week we watched House of the Dragon. We were going to watch it this week, but my dad wasn't there. He's on a business trip in Chicago. So Marcus and I are like, man, let's just stay home. We'll stream it on Discord, and you and I can watch it.
Hang out. We can hang out in our pajamas.
Yeah.
No driving. Perfect.
Right. Get some snacks, whatever. So we're all queued up, ready to go. I have it set up in Discord. I pay for Discord Nitro to like make sure my stream is good in 1080 and 60 frames and all that stuff. And then I'm streaming it, and it's like last week on House of the Dragon, blah, 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 and it's showing all the things. Great. Then it cuts to the title screen, and it's great for me. And Marcus goes, the screen just goes black. Did you get any audio or no? Are you just eating? You just dry scoop some G Fuel?
Dry scoops of G Fuel? What?
No, he didn't. He was just pretending to eat it. But wait, did you get any audio when the screen was black?
Yeah, so I could hear everything. It was just black screen.
That's crazy. So
I was so mad.
Yeah, I looked. I was like, it was like Marcus, like, why is it the screen black? I'm like, the screen's not black. He's
Let's try a different browser.
Let's try a different browser. Same thing. I'm like, well, I tried a different browser, and then I got a pop up from HBO Max that said like, you need to download this Chrome extension in order for the video player to work. I'm like, oh. So I tried it without. It didn't play at all. I tried it with this extension. It played for me. Did not play for Marcus through Discord. So that's how they get it so that you can't share stuff through Discord, which, like, I get it, but it's annoying for this purpose.
Well, see,
like,
I don't understand. Like, if I pay for the service and I'm going to hang out with my buddy in a private call, like, it's not like we were in like a Discord chat.
So, it was just a private call.
Two of us. Like, what if I was your wife and I was in Chicago on a business trip,
right?
And we wanted to watch it. Like, we pay for it at our house and like it gets blocked. Like,
exactly.
But maybe that's a way that they can keep it from being pirated.
I think so, because maybe something like you could screen record it. Yeah, that's probably it. Or like, I don't know, maybe you could share the I cannot imagine they care that much about sharing the content.
Well, yeah, because once the episode is live, anybody can see it.
Right. So,
like, as soon as the episode's over, New Rockstars has a 40-minute video dropping about Easter eggs.
Right. Yep. And Screen Crush too. Same deal.
So I still need to watch that. I have to decide if I'm gonna buy it. You know what I mean? So hear me out. When does Andor come out?
I gotta look that up actually for my next segment.
All right. So as we're talking about that,
September 21st.
All right. So here's my opinion. I could wait until.
Oh my God, Lord of the Rings! The Lord of the Rings show came out today.
Yes, dude. That's what I'm saying. With 2 episodes.
Holy crap!
So like,
I should have watched that after work.
Like, so here's the other thing is, or I don't watch House of the Dongs, and
that's what Marcus calls House of the Dragons.
Oh, I was really confused. I was like, where did that come from? Did we go to a third sidebar already, or no?
No. So my point is, like, maybe I wait until the whole season is out and then get HBO for a month so I can cancel it, because there's really nothing on HBO Max that I want to pay $15 a month. And I really do not want to pay for ads because that'll drive me crazy.
That's fair. What was I going to say? Oh, sidebar from before the technical difficulties that I think we cut out with the movie magic. It's Unreal Engine 4, by the way, for Jedi Fallen Order. So you're right.
Okay. Yeah. So I knew it was Frostbite. Unreal Engine. I knew they weren't doing it on Frostbite.
Yeah.
So all I'm saying is
coming out in the fall.
So I have to decide like what I'm going to do, because I really need to watch the House of the Dongs, but Lord of the Rings came out with 2 episodes. So I'm pretty sure next Wednesday, we're watching 2 episodes of Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, I would say so. And it's, because by next Wednesday, if you and Storm and Norman have not watched House of the Dragon, then it'll be 2. You'll have to watch 2 episodes of that and the 2 episodes of Lord of the Rings.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So maybe like House of the Dongs gets a backseat for a week, and maybe like I try to sneak over to the basement to try to watch House of the Dongs one other night.
Yeah.
Like a Monday night, like Bachelor Monday, instead of watching The Bachelor or Bachelorette with my wife.
You go escape. You run away from the Bachelor night.
Well, actually, this past Monday was pretty awesome. I'll let you talk about your stream and then I'll just jump in. Actually, fuck that. I'll take over. This Monday, it was actually awesome because Bachelor Monday, and like I didn't have any obligations. So I got to come down to like my office and I like had a snack. Actually, I'm not going to lie. It was the biggest. No. It was the biggest bowl of fucking ice cream ever. So we had a giant. So I'm going to talk about the party afterwards, but we had a giant party, and for dessert, we did an ice cream bar, like a legit ice cream bar.
Well, it was epic. Like at a store ice cream bar.
Yeah. So like, I'll get to that, but like, so we had all the remnants. So I made the dopest sundae, and I didn't use like a regular cereal bowl. I did the upgraded, like smallest mixing bowl so I could get an extra 2 scoops in there. You know what I mean? Like, cause I had nothing to do.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, I'm going to get into this because it's going to go into Nick's stream.
Yeah.
But I got to hang out in Nick's stream all night, and all I did was talk shit the entire time. Yeah, and it was fucking awesome. Like I had whipped cream all over my face and didn't care because I was just laughing and typing the whole time.
That's fantastic. Yeah. So speaking of stream, go ahead.
No, I was going to just say Team Tris.
So in my Witcher 3 playthrough, let me try that again. In my Witcher 3 playthrough, you can have sex with a bunch of different ladies in the game if you're Geralt. So like different other people, you can hire prostitutes, all that fun stuff. But there's two like actual romance options, Triss and Yennefer, who are both sorceresses and they both kind of know each other. And there's backstory for both. So you can, but if you pick one, the other one won't like you anymore. So like you can try to romance them both, and it's actually a funny cutscene where it looks like you're gonna have a threesome, and they tie you up to like the bed, and then they just leave you there. That's like the game's
that guy.
Exactly. That's the way the game punishes you for being like, oh yeah, you can't romance both of them. What the fuck are you doing? It's a great button. But anyways, so you have to choose, and I'm picking Yennefer. So because for lore reasons. So which I guess should I go into that or no?
Yes.
All right.
Because I'm gonna tell you how wrong you are. Triss is like a perfect specimen.
Well, they're both supposed to be a perfect specimen. That's the lore. They take regular looking humans that have magical ability, and then in the Sorceress's Lodge, when they get their powers, they like mold them into Barbie shaped humans so that they're like stunning to look at. So that like the thing is, it used to be like each king of like a kingdom had a sorceress or sorcerer, usually sorceress, that like did stuff for them, but like half the thing is like they seduce them to like get their way and get their influence. But anyways, so going way back in the books, in the beginning of the games, the Witcher games, Geralt loses his memory. He gets amnesia, something happens, and he doesn't remember. But prior to that, he was in a relationship with Yennefer, and then Yennefer also loses her memory, so they both get amnesia through something happens. Then Triss moves in and starts like dating Yennefer. Dating Geralt. So your player character. So, but the problem is, yet Triss knows that Geralt and Yennefer were dating prior to, and they both just lost their memory and doesn't care and snatches up Geralt. So then in the first two Witcher games, you're dating and that's your main romance option. And Marcus is all about it. But then come The Witcher 3, by the end of Witcher 2, you get your memory back fully, and Yennefer does too. And she's kind of like, it's kind of contested, and you kind of break up with Triss potentially. So then come Witcher 3, you can either get back with Triss or go with Yennefer, and you can pick. And Marcus and Atrax were all team Triss, which I am not doing this playthrough. I don't mind doing a Triss playthrough where I do that, but like I've already committed to the Yennefer path. So it's just funny that Marcus is
a mistake.
All Triss all the time. So the whole chat was just like, did you bang her yet? Go bang her. Go bang Triss.
Look at her.
This is why I've wanted to play Witcher ever since Nick started playing it, because immediately I saw the potential of the amazing content, and every single time I hear something about the game, it just sounds like it's so much fun. And I mean,
it is.
I know that's weird timing to say it now because you were talking about a horny guy trying to hit on two ladies at once. And I mean,
I can
fair, but
that.
Like still, I think it's incredible to see that this is going on in Extreme, and it's exactly what I want to be doing too. So
yeah.
So why not?
I agree.
Why not play it?
Honestly, if I owned it, I would, but I don't own it yet. And I mean, I just need to stop sucking and just buy it at this point. But
I agree. I think I bought the extra special edition.
Yeah,
that comes with
the Wild Hunt.
The one that came with both DLCs.
Dude, I'm pretty sure like pretty soon the Steam I don't know if it's a summer sale or the autumn sale will be coming.
Yeah.
Just wait for then, it'll be like $5.
I have buy The Witcher 3 on Steam. Game of the Year edition comes with the 2 expansions.
How much
which
is
it? $49.99.
Yeah,
but honestly, it'll be on sale. But it's well worth. It's even worth it at $50. So
see, I can't even say that I wouldn't buy it because I may or may not have had Nick convince me to buy Shadow of War pretty much on a spur of the moment decision.
Shadow of War is so good. Oh wait, did you hold on? Let's go back to your week. So that was basically mine. Last point about stream. I'm finally ready to go to Skellige. I actually did in private and then went, oh crap, I can't do this. I gotta wait and do it on stream. But so I can go to Skellige. I can finally sail to what is the game's version of Scotland. I'm gonna have a scotch on the stream, getting full.
Scotch. Watch it go down.
I don't have a
Down
kilt
the
to put on,
hatch.
otherwise I'd put one on. Not that you can see my lower half of my body on stream, anyways. The Hawaiian shirt kilt combo would be great.
Just wear it for a
that'd be
shirt.
great.
Just wear what?
A kilt for a shirt.
I don't have a kilt.
Rent one.
Man. I'm not going to rent. Where would you even rent a kilt?
There's
The
gotta be
tuxedo
somewhere-
store?
Yes.
No, it would have to be like a medieval fair store. I bet you I could find one online, actually.
Yeah.
I'll look it up. Okay, but anyways, let's rewind. Emrys, how did you? First of all, you played one of my favorite games of all time. Game series is that Middle Earth series. So it's Shadow of Mordor and then Shadow of War. So I forgot that you loved Shadow of Mordor so much, and I was like, dude, you got to play Shadow of War. That's way better. So what did you think? Did you like it?
Oh, absolutely. I haven't finished the story yet because I'm slow, but
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot of story.
I will always love that game just for one mechanic, and that's the Nemesis system. I feel
Yes.
like that is one of the most ingenious systems I've ever seen in a video game, that it instantly made Shadow of War one of my top 3 games, like top 3 single player games I've ever played, because I just
Agreed.
absolutely love it. Keeps you on your toes. If you fail, it hurts you. Like it's forgiving enough that you don't rage out of it, but
Right.
you also have consequences where, hey, this orc captain that was level 12 just got promoted to elite and almost getting to war chief, and now is a higher level, and now it's going to be even
Right.
tougher to beat him. Just that constant flow of content that never ends. It just hooked me into the series immediately.
Totally agree. It's cool, especially if you have one that like tracks you all the time and just harasses you. So it's like hearing that Ranger. It's like, fuck. Now you beat me. He killed me 3 times. I'm level 12. He's level 32. So he's just gonna beat my ass again.
Especially when he's either a defender or a berserker style. It's impossible. And I'm like, no, not you
No.
again, please. Let me play
know.
the story.
The worst is like when they're invulnerable to like stuff that would normally help you, like executions or stealth or something. It's like
Ranged
you have no
attacks.
fucking ranged. Yeah, you have no weaknesses. I'm like, how am I supposed to do any damage to you?
Wait,
Yeah,
Nick
you
was
just have to
playing
whittle them
those
down.
games. Nick was playing those games back from like Working Class Nerds 2 to like 25,
Yeah, way back in the day.
or maybe
There-
1 to 10 because we were doing this every 2 weeks.
Yeah,
But, like
So-
you were playing that game for a long time.
dude, it's really good. I wouldn't mind going back and listening. I mean, playing again.
Yeah, it's definitely kept up
Do a
with the
retro night.
time.
Yeah, and do a retro night, Nick. Like
Yeah.
when you finish like a big part of a game, take a week off and just boot it back up.
It's a good idea.
Just
I
like
gotta
as
get it for
or,
Steam.
or you don't have it for Steam.
No, I played it on PS4 back in the day. Well, I could chuck in the capture card and just do that.
Well, you have a capture card in your computer.
I know. I'm thinking out the process.
Oh yeah. Well, or just start a fresh new game.
Yeah, I could do that. But if I do that, I got to start with Shadow of Mordor because then your Nemesis carries over, which is kind of cool. Like if you have one orc that's a particular pain in the ass in Shadow of Mordor, it pops up in Shadow of War.
Oh,
I
Well,
actually
I'm
didn't know
just-
that.
I'm
Yeah.
just saying like I'm just saying like as a bonus or like when you finish a story of a game.
Yeah.
And like you have that weird off week, like you don't know what your next game is. Cause like any story game, like story driven game, like The Witcher or Horizon Zero Dawn or anything like that. I feel like you can't just immerse yourself in another story right away.
No.
Cause
I
you need
usually-
time to
yeah.
like work through it.
Yeah, you have to like reset your brain. That's what happened to me the first time I tried to play The Witcher 3. It was too
Witcher.
soon. It was too soon after I had played Fallout 4, and I was still in like my brain was. I think it might have been during me playing Fallout 4, and my brain was like all Fallout land shooting and like. So like to try and totally reset my brain and like accept this big world of lore that I know nothing about. It was like I couldn't do it, so I couldn't get into it. But Emrys, if you start playing The Witcher 3, I will say the combat is a little tricky. I started off on normal and I've since moved to easy. But I'm terrible at like Souls style combat, which is kind of how it is in The Witcher. You're like dodging and moving in for melee attacks. So I would recommend playing it on easy. That's what I'm doing, and I'm having a great time because there's so much story content and other things happening that like if you can't like get through the enemies, I can see it being a little frustrating. But I'm just also terrible at melee combat mechanics, so your results may vary.
Yeah, I would say that if I wasn't going to make content out of it, I would probably do what you say and do it on easy. However, it is really entertaining to see me throw a fit because I suck at something. So I
Okay.
feel like maybe normal. I mean, it's so
Yeah.
funny. I mean, I literally have been bullied by my mods to continue making things harder for myself just because they find it hilarious. So
That's okay. Fair enough.
But it's hard because it's always that balance, right? Because
Yeah.
like if something
Yeah.
is so hard that your like frustration is just there,
you'll never go back. Exactly.
well, you'll A, never go back, or B, you won't play it. Like a story-driven game, I feel like unless you're just trying to be an elitist, for me, like I saw Stay Alive. He played Jedi Fallen Order on Grandmaster,
Oh yeah.
and like
Remember that
like-
second sister fight was terrible.
I feel like, yes, it's a cool experience, but I feel like the space between the story parts is so far between, because when you get to a boss fight, it could take you 3 streams to beat that boss, 4 streams, 5 streams, whatever.
Yeah.
And you're just like, it's hard to keep that. I don't know. It's like nightmare rating, you know?
Yeah, no, I totally get it. I would say if you want to enjoy it, I mean, see, I'm enjoying this game for the story. I don't particularly care about the combat mechanics. It's not that type of game. Like the combat mechanics are there to make the rest of it interesting, but it's, you know, that's not like it's not like Dark Souls where that's like the thing, you know?
No, I hear you.
But so that's why I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna leave it on easy mode, and it's actually not that easy, frankly. Like
No.
it's this easy mode is like, it makes it feel like other
Normal.
games is normal. Like
Yes.
me playing this on easy mode is like, feels like normal for Jedi Fallen Order.
Witcher
It's
1
not-
and 2 is twice as hard as this one.
Yeah, well, The Witcher 1 and 2's combat mechanics are way less fluid than this. It's like a pain in the ass, apparently.
Sweet.
But anywho, that's it for me. Marcus, what have you been up to?
Speaking of difficult games, I just want to tip my cap to the Elden Ring people. They sold 16.6 million copies of that game.
That's impressive. Wow.
They printed money.
Yeah. Well, good. That game's great. It should be rewarded with sales.
But the sad part is it may lose Game of the Year to Stray.
Oh, that's frustrating.
Yeah, very
Stray's
much.
not
is.
that good.
16.
Like, come on.
I mean, it's good, but definitely not Elden Ring worthy.
That's what I'm saying. Like, relax. When does God of War come out? February, I think.
Yeah, it's next year.
16.6 million times $60. $996 million.
Wow.
Jeez.
What's that?
Oh,
profit?
no. God of War Ragnarok comes out in November.
Oh,
you-
really?
God
Hey,
of War
Nick,
Ragnarok might
Nick,
steal it.
that gives you 1 month to get a PS5, because once God of War comes out, PS5s are going to be MIA. Oh, speaking of, you guys want to know why? Hey, everybody listening, you want to know why Sony sucks? They're raising the prices on the PlayStation because they can. Because they're blaming it on supply chain issues. Fuck that. Xbox
BS.
is like, we're not, they're like, we can get more because they've been selling online for $800. So we're just going to raise the prices and keep supply down. Bam, buy an Xbox. Moving on.
Well, I want to play the games on PlayStation, so.
No, I understand that. I just think they suck. They should. There's no reason why in 2022 the Sony game should not be released on the PC as well. How about this? Sony, make your own fucking PC store so you control all the profits and you're not giving it to Epic or Steam. You know what I mean?
Yeah, make your
Like,
own launcher. Like Steam or something.
Yeah.
Emrys?
It's so funny. Yeah. Oh, you're just pushing buttons.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
pushing buttons, but I mean, well, I have the floor. As a PS5 owner, we got really lucky and got one. And I honestly feel like even though Sony's like, we're going to lose money if we release, let's say, Horizon Forbidden West, God of War, Ragnarok, all of these exclusive PS5 titles. Yeah, they might lose a little bit of money, but just think of the amount of money they would get from Steam sales. I mean, when Horizon
I'm
Zero
saying.
Dawn was released on PC, they got like another millions of sales.
Yeah, I bought it.
So,
And then played it on
I bought
stream.
it. I had it
Yeah.
on PlayStation 4 and I bought it still. So it's
Hey,
insane.
Nick, you did not buy it.
I'm sorry. Correction. Marcus bought it for me.
Oh, the truth
I
comes
forgot.
out.
Yeah, I
Well, it's
forgot.
because he was playing Fallout New Vegas, and it's Fallout is the dumbest game ever. I couldn't watch another stream, and I was just trying to be a good friend and a good co-host and like support his stream. But if I had to sit through another Monday night of 2 hours of Fallout New Vegas, I would have put a fucking tub of G Fuel up my asshole just to put myself through pain. Okay,
just to feel something.
Yeah, just to do something.
Oh, wait a minute. Can I go back? Hold on. Rewind. So personal stuff real quick. I had to go to the doctor today, and I had to get a prostate exam, which is just terrible. and I winced, obviously, because the doctor shoves their whole finger up your ass. And he was like, oh, are you in pain or just uncomfortable? I'm like, uncomfortable. Like, your whole finger's up my ass, man. Well, finish your shit. Let's go.
Did you pop a boner?
No. I was like, what the fuck? But anyways, the rest of the appointment was great, though.
Wow.
Yeah.
They've never stuck their finger in my ass before.
Well, they know what's back there, I guess.
A lot of shit. Anyways,
meanwhile, that was the sidebar of all distracting sidebars. Back at the ranch, you were saying, Marcus?
I'm completely obsessed with YouTube right now.
Yep.
Okay. And like,
what do you mean right now? You always watch a lot of YouTube.
I do, but like even more like, okay, so at work it's always been podcasts or books. Okay. Yeah. But lately, because I have the YouTube premium, like I can listen to a video while working. So like I'll find premium is nice. Yeah. So like I'll listen. So I think I've said so like 4,000 times. My latest obsession is Mass Effect YouTube's, like all the lore behind the Mass Effect and like things I didn't even know about in Mass Effect 1 and 2. And like if you listen to it and they talk about like the differences in the games, how in-depth Mass Effect 1 was, and really like Mass Effect 2 is my favorite game, but still like how much they actually cut out of Mass Effect, like the original Mass Effect for 2. It's like Mass Effect 2 light in comparison, right? Where Mass Effect 1 was like pure RPG. And all this one dude keeps saying is, if you love Mass Effect, go buy the Legendary Edition. Yes, they took out some of the butt stuff and like some of the sexual stuff, like whatever.
Yeah, whatever. And who cares? That's a cherry on top anyway.
Wait a minute.
Oh, just kidding. Miranda's butt is nice in the originals, though.
Tali, bro.
Tali's hot, too. I'll give you that.
Yeah, I like her voice. Anyway,
about the mask.
No, that's not it's the voice for me. But anyway.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding because you can't see her face. It's weird.
That butt is boom banging. That animation butt is fantastic. Anyways,
valid point. You'll get no argument here.
The point is they upgraded the visual graphics of
Mass Effect.
Yeah, Mass Effect 1, and supposedly like it's like 1080p. So like it looks playable now. It doesn't look like you're playing Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. You know what I mean?
God, yeah, that's bad.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So it makes me want to play it, but it's like I don't have time to play it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I really do, but like I'm afraid if I get back into Mass Effect, it's game over. Like game over. No more streaming, no more nothing. I will just be face first into Mass Effect until it's over.
Or you just stream Mass Effect, but
no,
you can't be doing that.
Yeah, it's not a streamable game for me.
Yeah, that's not
my style of streaming.
Yeah.
Anyways, so then something else. So I got an email from Twitch, and it's like, we want to boost your revenue for subs. And I was like, what? So they are offering 5% more for subs if I allow 3-minute ad videos in my stream. I'm like, fuck off. Like
3 minutes of ads?
Yeah. Instead of a 1-minute ad, they want 3 minutes, and they're going to give me 5%. Like, fuck off.
5% extra for your subs that you're already getting?
Yes.
That's nothing. And that's a giant inconvenience to your, I don't like that either.
Dude, I hate the ads.
Yeah, me too.
There's so many things that they could do to make a better experience with ads. Like soccer or football really gets it right with the ads, how they shrink the game down to a little window and they have the ads going on the side. I'm not offended by that shit at all.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, keep it going. And that's what they should do. And like, there's better ways to run ads on Twitch where it doesn't affect anything.
Yeah,
So,
I agree. I don't like this current system either. I just don't like ads like that.
Right. Something awesome that happened this week is, so as everybody knows from last week's episode, we had the Free Ride Games crew on.
Yep.
And
that was a lot of people.
It was a lot of people and it was mayhem and it was super it was like such a like touching episode because like you could hear how these people really care for each other.
Yeah.
And that's what community is about. And so I was in a conversation with Free Ride during the week. It was just a random conversation. We were just talking about shit, nothing crazy. And he's like, well, we were talking about, we said something was said and he's like, well, why aren't you on the stream team? I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? I was never asked to be on it. And he's like, well, you don't even have to ask. And I was like, well, dude, that's not how I roll.
Yeah.
And he's like, are you really going to make me ask you? And I was like, yeah, because I don't beg for shit. And he's like, I want you to be on the stream team. And I'm doing a weird Free Ride voice because that does not.
Yeah, that's not what he sounds like at all.
At all. But anyways, I'm just trying to
like
mock
just a whisper of a southern drawl.
Yeah, I don't have that though.
I know.
Anyway, so they asked me to join the stream team, so I am officially a member of the Free Ride Game stream team.
Woo woo.
Yep. So
Woo!
now I have
need an air horn. No.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. So now I'm a part of 2 stream teams, which I'll never leave the garrison because Chronic and I are very, 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 very close. He's an awesome friend. But how do I not join the Free Ride Game stream team? Because that crew has really welcomed me in with open arms. Completely. And it's really touching to be a part of another group of awesome people. And they kind of have the same, I don't want to say mantra, but like same motto as I do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
same like goals and stuff.
Yeah. I'm super excited to see what like the next steps come from it. Cause there is some things I want to do and like collaborations and try to make things happen. But did I talk about King's Fall?
No. What's King's Fall?
I didn't talk about that last week with the raid.
No,
because it came out on Friday. So
no.
So last week, so Destiny, every season they come out with new content. So like this season launched with a new raid. Next season will be a dungeon. The next season will be a raid. The season after that will be a dungeon, and that's how the cycle goes.
Okay.
And this time they released a raid. It's called King's Fall. It's a Destiny 1 raid revamped to 60 frames, whatever. You know what I mean? Like better quality. They redo some of the mechanics. Anyways, so we got to go in day one. Well, I'm going to say, unfortunately, time wasn't on my side then. My son started preschool this year. So we had like this little like carnival for him at his new school. So I couldn't start day one raiding until later. But I did grab a crew. We did go in. We were there for a few hours, but it was late and people were tired. So at least I got to go in. We did clear a couple little encounters, which was fun. Being in day one raiding is awesome because the content is really hard and the enemies like really hurt. And it's just the excitement of like a fresh new raid. You know what I mean? Like being there.
Yeah, and you know
one.
nothing. And you've got, on top of it, you've got the hard mechanics because of contest mode.
Correct.
Whatever,
contest
right?
mode. Yeah. So anyway, so day one cleared a couple encounters, didn't clear, but the next day I got messaged by the crew, Aylin, Miltronics, Butt Checkman, KC, and Noragami. And they were like, hey, Marcus, do you want to do King's Fall? Now, so you guys know I was planning on doing it the next night on stream.
Yeah.
So I was like straight up lounging on the couch, eating another bowl of ice cream, but it wasn't as big as the one on Monday. And
Well, it's got to get eaten at some point, right?
It was Sunday. No, Saturday night after our party.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Yeah, because it came out on Friday night. So Saturday night, and like I was spent.
I can imagine.
Like I feel like
that was a great party, by the way.
Right.
You should talk about that.
I'm going to.
Okay.
When people ask you to do something special like that, you can't say no. It's like an offer you can't refuse.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I was tired. I was just chilling on the couch, but I'm like, I'm not missing this. So anyways, we did it. I did a bunch of the mechanics. It was great. We cleared it. So I got like a day 2 clear.
Yeah.
But since then I've helped other people get it. And it's kind of a cool thing helping people.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not becoming a help streamer because I'm terrible at it, but I'm just doubling down on hey, you want to do something in game? Can't guarantee that we're going to win it, but we're sure going to laugh while we do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But what Nick said was I had a party at my house, 40 something people, a few friends, their families.
Saturday.
Yeah. On Saturday night, I had
the end of summer bash.
Yes. And my whole family came. My family doesn't really get together a lot. We usually get together around Christmas. So it was kind of weird being all together on a summer event.
Yeah. It was nice though.
But it was great. There was a ton of kids. So I got a bounce house and we had the pool and we had the playscape. So like, it was like kid town. Like there was endless fun for the kids and that was it. And I remember one time the kids went inside to, they were inside playing and I walked into my daughter's room and they were all playing Barbies. Like, what are you guys doing? They're like playing Barbies. I was like, there's a bounce house, there's a pool, and there's a playscape. Get the fuck outside. I left the F part out, but I was like, go outside. They all did. And they had such a blast. Like when my kids went to bed at like 9:00 and they were like zombies walking to the bed.
Oh yeah.
Like they were toast. So, but what was really cool was having everybody together. I cooked it. There was a shit ton of food. We did the most epic. Well, not me. My wife did the most epic ice cream bar ever. There was Neapolitan ice cream, which is chocolate, vanilla, strawberry. We had a vanilla, we had chocolate, and then we had cookies and cream and mint chocolate chip. There was nuts, Oreos, Reese's Pieces, M&Ms, gummy bears, sprinkles, whipped cream.
There was like 3 different kinds of sprinkles. There was like chocolate sprinkles, rainbow sprinkles, and then like the crunchy kind like that you put on like Christmas cookies that are smaller and sugary.
Yeah.
Man, I'm glad I wasn't there. I would have gained like 10 pounds.
It was Sprinkle Town.
We ate there was
burgers and hot dogs and grilled chicken and
it was so good.
Salad, I think. I don't think I ate a lot of
salad. There was mac salad, potato salad, regular salad, coleslaw. Oh yeah,
my mom made potato salad. I forgot.
Yeah, and that shit was legit.
My mom, I mean, everybody says their mom's or dad's cooking is the best. My mom's potato salad is incredible.
No, your mom, listen, your mom's cooking is mediocre, but she's got 2 items that are top tier: potato salad, stuffing at Thanksgiving.
100%.
She does not have to cook another thing for the rest of the year. She holds those 2 things perfect.
Agreed. Top tier stuffing. The stuffing, I would argue, is even better than the potato salad, but they're both like A+, man.
It's
apples and oranges.
Yes.
But like I just enjoy stuff. Like stuffing is my favorite part of Thanksgiving. So
yeah, yes.
Okay, Emrys, you're making a face like that. That's because you've not had my mom's stuffing.
I had a horrendous experience with stuffing, and I can't do it. No matter if your mom cooks it or not, I can't eat it. I'm sorry.
Well, my mom's recipe is like a bunch of Bell's seasoning, like the Bell's whatever breadcrumb things. But then she puts like a pound of like this sausage, a pound of like hamburger, a pound of like 4 sticks of butter or something ridiculous. So it's just like, it's terrible for you, but it is delicious. It's heaven. Yeah.
Listen, there's a reason why Thanksgiving is my favorite holiday.
Yeah.
Because all you're required to do is eat and drink.
That's it. You sit, you can watch the football if you want. You can hang out and talk with folks. You just eat and drink. There's no other stress.
And the greatest holiday ever happens the next day.
Black Friday.
Yes.
I wish I had something to buy. Like, I know you like going to Black Friday. I would get really excited if I had a goal. Like if it was like a hot ticket item that I'm like, I need to go get the thing. You know what I mean?
Well,
but I just don't care that much.
what
Like I don't have a
sucks-
thing.
Well, it's because there's like no place they're not stocking the shelves for PlayStations because they're afraid of like 10 years ago Marcus and 10 years ago Tom smashing skulls to try to get the Xbox and the
In the
like
PS5
or the TV. Like we will break your face to get the TV. Like get the fuck out of our way. Anyway,
back in the day.
Yeah,
you get the
moving
flat
on.
screen was a big deal.
The last thing is I am really back to enjoying Twitch again.
Okay.
Like I'm spending so much time in Twitch streams at night now when I'm not doing any content creation. It's awesome. Like if you're streaming at night, there's a good chance I've been in your stream because like I'm clicking. So at this point, I've followed so many people that I forget who these people are.
Yeah, so you click
And then I'll go into their stream and be like, oh, I forgot about you. Oh, this is pretty cool. Hang out for a half an hour or 45 minutes and then shut it off. You know what I mean? Or even 10 minutes or 5 minutes. But I feel like I'm enjoying stream again. And it's pretty streamers again.
Yeah, I understand what you mean.
But other than that, man, I know I just rambled on for a while, but it's kind of been a lot going on.
There's a lot going on.
And school started this week.
Is that good or bad?
It's just, it changes the whole dynamic of my house.
Yeah, because the kids are gone all day, right?
Well, it's that, but like, I feel like now we're trying to pack in so much. Like tonight, I got home from work about 5:30. I walked outside. The kids were playing because it's really nice outside. You know, it's not
today was gorgeous.
Yeah, it's like not 97 degrees outside, which I love the heat, but like the kids aren't going to be running around. So like they just wanted to be outside. Yeah. And I showed up and I opened up the fridge, and there was chicken marinating. And I was like, all right, so we're grilling. And Carrie was like, do you want to go start the rice? And I was like, what? No, I just got home. And she's like, do you want to go out to dinner? I said, I put up my hands. I was like, sure, let's go.
Yeah.
I'm like, perfect. I don't have to cook rice. I don't have to do anything extra.
Right.
Let's just go. And I had fantastic blackened chicken tacos. Like, oh my God.
Where'd you go?
Max Burger, bro.
I was going to say Max Burger has the blackened chicken tacos. Those are good.
Dude, they are the best. That's all I get there. The best.
Huh.
And then they had an appetizer today. It used to be on the menu, but they took it off. Buffalo shrimp.
Oh, okay. Yep.
I don't know if you guys love buffalo, but like I love buffalo. And
you love buffalo.
Yeah, I do. Like I like spice, but like I don't want to eat something that's gonna burn my fucking mouth off. I just like the taste of it. You know what I mean? Like I like a medium hot. Like you can enjoy it where you get a little bit sweaty, but not like my mouth is on fire. I can't enjoy life. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I like a couple degrees more than you do, but yes. I like it hot. But no, they have good General Tso's cauliflower too.
That is wicked good.
Wicked good. And the candy bacon lollipops are good.
Carrie loves this like pork spring rolls.
Pork spring rolls, dude. Those are good too. I feel like those are, but compared to the other ones though, those are not super unique. Though. You know, no, Ariel likes those too. My sister.
Unique New York. Unique
New York. Unique. Why don't you do that? Add that to your kabuki dance.
I don't have a kabuki dance. There is no such thing as a kabuki dance.
It's a conspiracy.
In AIE news, as you guys know, we do during the week. There are an endless amount of mandatory fun nights. Yes. Mandatory fun night it's
where we all get together and play games, and the fun is mandatory, but attendance is not.
So literally when I say any game, like I'm not actually going to plug one of them. I want you guys to go to the website, which is aie-guild.org, click on the calendar and look at what happens during the week. Because if you play any of the major MMOs, there's a mandatory fun night. If you play Destiny 2, there's a mandatory fun night. If you play other games that may not be like as mainstream, there's a good chance that somebody is playing that game once a week on a mandatory fight night-ish, because there's so many things going on with thousands of members of the community. Literally, there's always something going on.
And if all this sounds fun to you, go to aie-guild.org. Get our Discord information in the top right-hand corner of the website. Hop in there and ask for a guild invite, whether or not you play Destiny 2, Star Wars: The Old Republic, World of Warcraft Classic, Guild Wars 2, StarCraft, or any other games that we play. We would love to have you.
Nick.
Yep.
I know you have to use the bathroom.
I always do. So we'll be right back.
Jeez, Nick, hurry up. We're trying to finish this podcast.
And we're back. So today we're talking all Emrys all the time. But first off, before we get into all Emrys all the time, quick question. Emrys, you've been involved with Working Class Nerds and the nerds community for a long time. How did you first find Working Class Nerds? How did you stumble upon us originally?
See, I was thinking about that, and I think as my voice cracks, I feel like it was first when I met Marcus, and I met Marcus through Chimeri. So
okay.
I remember it was one day where I was just hanging out in Chimeri's stream, and this guy Marcus comes in and drops, I don't know, it's like 1,000 bits or something crazy, because that's what Marcus does.
Classic Marcus move.
I was like, oh, who's this Marcus guy? I've never seen him before. I've never seen him around, because I was still pretty new to Chimeri's community at that point. This was like, I think a year ago-ish. So then I checked out Marcus. I saw he also streamed, and at that point he wasn't doing Destiny. So he was still doing his SWTOR stuff and all that.
SWTOR.
So I remember I was watching him for a while, and just like a lot of people didn't realize Marcus had a podcast along with Nick Baron 51. And as soon as I figured that out, I obviously did !WCN in Marcus's channel and figured out that they had the podcast, and then I became a regular listener ever since. So it just was kind of a chain reaction from meeting Marcus.
Hell yeah. I forgot you came from Kai.
Yeah.
Kai.
Ha 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 ha.
Pega himself.
That's my favorite thing to do is like donate some bits.
Well, as soon as I
activate the TTS.
As soon as I figured that out, because it used to be KY.
KY.
And as soon as we and then I just typed in ha 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 ha. It is the funniest fucking shit on the planet. Like if you have TTS and I know it, incoming ha 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 ha, because then sometimes TTS gets fucked up and it goes HA. It's just fucking hilarious.
Wait, so it's your fault that I get trolled now, because Chimeri does that in my stream, because he figured out that I have TTS even with 1 bit. So he donates a bit.
You gotta change that. You gotta change that.
I have to change it just because of just because of Kai. That's the only reason I have to change it.
Like I do it for 100 bits, and you can tell me I'm greedy as fuck. No, it's because I don't want every single person on the planet spamming that.
Right. Yeah.
All the time.
Exactly.
So I feel like if you're going to spend $1, then that's awesome and it's worth it.
Yeah, no, it's just $1. Like if you want to do the annoying thing, you gotta at least pay $1. I think that's easy. That's reasonable.
So why did you start streaming?
Ooh, that's a tough one actually for me. I mean, ever since I was in the single digits of age, I always was interested in video games. And I started off just, wanting to play games. But as soon as I figured out that people were actually making it into a career, immediately my 13-year-old mind was like, hey, I can do that. That looks easy. Man, was I wrong. But I immediately was interested, and I waited until I was 16 when I started streaming. And I actually started on Mixer. That was where I started.
It's a good platform.
It was a great platform. I was doing really well. And then obviously it shut down and messed up my plans. So I actually went to YouTube for a short while. And at that point, the YouTube algorithm was absolutely horrendous, and live streams never got through to recommendations. So I turned that into just like a highlights and clips channel. And then that's when I started my Twitch channel, and we're still going strong. So
sweet. What would you say, this is like a personal question, is your favorite game of all time?
See, I kind of got to go Nick here and do a Mount Rushmore because there
Yeah.
are
Kudos for the reference, by the way.
exactly. I've done my research. I've done my homework on working class movies. I would have to say hands down Horizon Zero Dawn for sure.
Whoa, okay.
And I know you're going to like that, but I'm 100% serious because I actually have a story about that if we have time to hear it.
Did you just ask if we have time? We have all the time in the world. There is no ending to this show.
Well, when I start talking about video games, I don't shut up until someone tells me to. So
No way. Yeah.
I say just go for it. Just talk. Tell us
Let us
all about
know.
it.
all right,
Exactly.
so Horizon Zero Dawn struck me as the first time it came out. I didn't know it existed. It was actually my father who bought it without even telling me. He was like, "You know what? I heard this game got good reviews off launch. Maybe you should try it." Because at the time, I was only playing online games. Online games, no single player. I didn't care about RPGs, nothing. Online.
Fortnite.
So I was like, okay, fine, I'll try it. So we got it for the PlayStation 4. Immediately fell in love with the game. Just the graphics, incredible. The gameplay, so smooth. The story is superb. And it's stuck with me ever since. I would normally say Horizon Forbidden West, the sequel to Zero Dawn, is my favorite, but you kind of can't beat the original game that I played. When was the release date for Zero Dawn?
2017.
2017, I think. Yeah.
It was that long ago. Yeah, ever since then, I've fallen in love with the series. So I have to say, even though I love Star Wars and a lot of their games, Zero Dawn still has a special place in my heart for sure.
It's Horizon Zero Dawn for me is I'm always blown away at how great the graphics look for 2017 PlayStation 4 game. That is like got to be the cutting edge of graphics. And granted, I played it on PC, and I'm sure the graphics are updated a little bit for that PC launch, but still,
it came out for the PlayStation 4 in 2017, and it came out for the PC in 2020.
Yeah, but that game still blows me away, and I can't wait to play Horizon Forbidden West.
It's so good. You're going to absolutely fall in love with it.
Timing wise, I'll probably play God of War Ragnarok first and then go back to Horizon Forbidden West once I have a PlayStation 5. But
I think your life is going to get easier once you have a PlayStation 5 because then you'll still be sitting in front of the same monitor. You'll be doing it the same way. It'll just be with a controller and not a keyboard and mouse.
I like the keyboard and mouse, though. I'll have to relearn the controls.
No, you can plug in a keyboard and mouse now to a PlayStation and an Xbox.
That's true. Yeah. Okay. Never mind. Well, maybe I'll see how it goes. I don't know which I want to use, but
by the time God of War comes out, Forbidden West might be released for the PC.
I don't think it'll be that fast. I think they're going to wait forever again. But
I don't know. I feel like
I don't think they should. I think they. I mean, I think they should just make their own launcher and get all the profits, and that's it. But I'm with you.
But I think they're going to have to because Game Pass is really stepping it up right now, and they're releasing a family plan. Like Nick, I have Game Pass, and it's going to be like $5 or $6 more, and you can use my login.
Oh, that's cool. I don't play enough games for that, but that is sweet.
What do you mean? You play a lot of single player RPG games, and what if Game Pass releases Fallout or the Elder Scrolls 6?
Yeah,
it's on Game Pass day one, and now you can play that shit for free because I have the Game Pass.
That's true. Yeah,
we all love free shit.
Yeah,
I won't say no to free.
So
free
you
is
said
for me.
So you said Mount Rushmore, but you really only named one, maybe two games.
Yeah. So for me, I had a single player game, which is Horizon Zero Dawn, my childhood online game, and my current online game. So as far as childhood, well, I mean, you can't really say that 2017 was childhood because obviously that was not that long ago, but
5 years ago.
Yeah. So when BF2 came out, I have to say I fell in love with it immediately. I mean, it combined my two favorite things at the time. Well, one thing still at the time, Star Wars, and then just first or third person shooters. And I played Battlefront 2015 quite a bit. Absolutely love that game as well. And Star Wars always will have a place in my heart, but Battlefront 2, I mean, it was one of the worst days of my life when they said they were ending support on BF2, and I was absolutely crushed because it was my favorite game for 3+ years, and they stopped it for a, let's just say, controversial Battlefield game. And so I would say that BF2, Horizon Zero Dawn, definitely top 2. And if
what I was going to say about Battlefront 2 before you move on to the next one. So DICE had to cut support because they needed to make a Battlefield game for whatever their contractual reasons were, whatever. I think the team would have rather stayed on Battlefront because there was a lot more life in Battlefront. And I think that the team, like everything else, is so rushed to make a game now that they don't take the time to actually do it right. And
yeah,
it's like,
they're too rushed for
right.
sure.
Yeah, and it sucks, but Battlefront 2 is still a good game. I do not play it because I feel like Battlefront 2 now is just at a point of, because there's no support, the cheaters are everywhere. Like, I'll watch people playing it and people are just like under the map cheats and like one shot kill cheats and everything else because it's a moddable game, right?
Yeah.
And if you get in one of those lobbies, it ruins your experience. So it's almost like rip that guy. But anyway, all right, your third.
Well, I just gotta say, I must be quite privileged when it comes to my my lobbies and servers, because I haven't encountered a cheater since the infinite HP glitch was going on PC servers where no one could die. Ever since then, I haven't had any issues, and I still stream it at least once a week. And
that's awesome.
Great.
I mean, I can't obviously keep the game alive, but I'm trying to keep people interested. And it has happened where I've had a couple of people join me because they have seen me play the game. They like Star Wars. And I mean, that's all I can do is show the positive side of Battlefront. And
for sure.
That's my best way of doing things, is just to stay positive about everything. So I would say probably my last game. This one honestly surprised me, to be completely honest. I haven't even played the game that long. I mean, it's been a couple of years, but my first MMO, it honestly was my first online game, was SWTOR. And even though 7.0 was controversial and there were upsides and downsides to it, I still love the game. I don't play it as consistently as I used to, but it's still one of my top games. Star Wars plus playing with friends online. So definitely still has potential.
Yeah, well, let's talk about that. So Star Wars The Old Republic is one of the best games ever made. If you want an immersive story, hands down, unbelievable. The original game is so top tier, it's crazy, right? First and foremost. The expansions are amazing. Yes, 7.0 is a disappointment. But is it a disappointment because they overpromised and underdelivered? Or is it a disappointment because you just say it was not enough, right? And it was not enough. Don't think for 1 second the content that they gave you for the expansion was enough, but it doesn't change the fact on how good the game is.
Yeah, the rest of the game. Yeah.
Right. Like, it is still one of my favorite games of all time. But I look at games now for two reasons: content creation and enjoyment, right? But because I have limited time to play off stream, I play games now for the content creation side of it. You know what I mean? But this podcast is a huge fan of SWTOR. And honestly, my favorite...
That's where we started.
Right. And my favorite expansion is one of the most disliked expansions from the community, which is Knights of the Fallen Empire. Like, that is hands down the best storytelling in any game I've ever played. Like, you're a guy and you got to be a Force user. Sure. You can't be a bounty hunter and you get the Force, but like, going through that story was so fucking awesome and immersive. Like, I was gone. Like, I remember when that came out, like every day I couldn't wait to get home, put my kid to bed. Julia was a baby then, like the size of a football. And like, I
remember
would give
you
my
playing
wife a
this,
kiss
yeah.
and I'm like, I'm going to play this game. I'm going to go do part of a chapter. Like,
I remember I remember coming over for something and you were playing that and I was just like sitting there and you're like, yep, I got to finish this chapter. Glued.
Yeah. Like, I didn't even care you came over, and that's how it was. And like,
Right.
the other side of that, and I'm sorry, Emrys, I'm just going to shut up.
No, that was very interesting. That is not even sarcastic. Like, hearing, especially as you said, Knights of the Fallen Empire was not really received as well as it could have been by the community. And I mean, I didn't really start playing until Onslaught, and like that's when I started like hard hitting SWTOR. And yeah, I know. And I mean, I had a lot of fun with it. I mean, obviously, I am a very heavy PvP player, and not seeing any content from 7.0 be towards PvP was kind of disappointing. I mean, I have to say, even though I don't use it that often, the combat styles are a very unique thing, and I think it's quite interesting how they added that in.
Well, and I'm gonna play that one more. Like, the SWTOR team decided to make combat styles and quality of life more important than base content. And if you look at what the game's quality of life stuff, the game has improved 100%. But at the end of the day, people want content, and they made a choice to do that or this. Now, if next year they come out with a giant story expansion that's 5 hours long, people are going to say, well, it was worth it to sacrifice this 1 year for content in, this, but we got this now. You know what I mean? Because I feel like the people who are still like the people who love SWTOR are always going to love SWTOR, right? Most of the people that are playing SWTOR aren't going to leave to go play WoW. But correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't they say something about a PvP revamp?
Yes, they did.
Yeah. So like, that's exciting for you because you're a PvPer in SWTOR. So like, that's huge for you, And then speaking of SWTOR, Jackie was on our podcast and she mentioned a interaction you two had. It like called you out. Like Nick and I were like, what the fuck? How do you know Emrys? You know what I mean? Like, right. Whoa, where does that even come from? And so we want to know, like, how did this interaction happen? Because she didn't break it down and we knew you were going to come on the show. So how did you get connected to Jackie?
Honestly, I still am going over it in my head, and it's been weeks since it's happened. But it was when the first day 7.1 with the nightlife event dropped, and I was like, it was the first day I returned back to SWTOR content creation. I took a long break from it. I was doing my own stuff. But I'm like, you know what? This is a perfect opportunity to slip back into SWTOR when there's a nightlife event, which is honestly one of my favorite events in SWTOR, excluding Life Day. Life Day is my absolute favorite, but nightlife is my second. So I booted up my stream. I was just doing what I was doing. And then I have on my stream deck, I have a shoutout command. So when I press it, it pops up all the users. So I can just click and it will send an automated message, which I've already set up, which is just my shoutout command, which is really, really helpful. So I don't have to, do everything or have mods do it because I don't have mods in my chat all the time. Yeah. So it's really helpful. So one of my community members came in and I was like, oh, cool. Let me give him a shout out. I click and the SWTOR account is in my user list. And I'm like, okay, I'm either being trolled by somebody or this is Jackie, the community manager. And I say on stream, I'm like, wait a second, SWTOR is in my chat. Is this real or not? And then Jackie says, maybe. And I see the verified. I lose my, lack of better words, I lose my shit. Like, I lose it. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Out of all SWTOR streamers, because there was probably 60 SWTOR streamers at that point streaming. And I'm like, out of everybody, Jackie chose my stream. And then after a little bit, she saw my content. I was actually playing PvP arenas at that point.
Okay.
And she whispered me on the SWOTOR account and gave me 2 Opal Voltilla pet codes to give one away and keep one for myself. But I actually
That's
already
cool.
had a code from Swisterista. She already gave me a code, so I was like, so I don't need the other one. She's like, just give both of them away, and that was awesome. And it came up in conversation that I didn't have a Opal Voltilla mount yet. I only had the pet, so she sent me one for myself, which was very, very kind of her.
That's awesome.
So it was an incredible experience. I mean, completely shocked me. I wasn't expecting that at all. So no, it was awesome. Jackie was extremely kind and very helpful when one of the codes didn't work immediately and had some issues, and Jackie helped very quickly, and it was awesome. A great experience.
Jackie
is
is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's the shit.
Yeah.
It was a really cool episode to be able to talk to her. She's just like a really good person and good at her job. But also just like, I don't know, just you get like a really genuine energy from her, even through the computer, you know?
Yeah.
She's an awesome person.
She's somebody that like I could see Nick and I at PAX East, and like if they were like BioWare was there, we would just hang out with Jackie all day. Like wouldn't even care about the rest of the exhibition floor. It would just be me and Nick just chatting with Jackie all day. Like everybody else from the dev team, whatever. Like Jackie is rad as hell.
She's awesome.
Okay.
I totally get it. She's good people. I think she would thrive in any game that she was working on. Honestly, it's just like incredible, just like a perfect fit for that role. You know. Marcus, go ahead.
PC or console gamer?
Console or console?
Oh shit! Don't start that.
Or console.
Console.
So this is complicated, but I'll keep it to the brief version. I would say currently I'm PC. I used to be console.
Yeah, but what would you say you are at heart?
Yeah, what's your core say?
You're gonna really get like deep into this, like what is your heart telling you, type of thing.
Of course.
Yeah.
Which does your chakra say lean towards a PC or lean towards a console?
I had a console my whole life. I am a PC gamer. Like
same.
That's
once
just
once you switch, you switch.
Yeah, I feel like I am PC. I spend an unholy amount of time on PC, and I used to because my first console was the Wii. I got a Wii and a Nintendo DS, the original. And that was how I started my whole video game adventures. And then I got the PlayStation 4, and then years later, PS5 came out, and I'm lucky enough to grab one of those. So I have always played console games, will always love console games. I grew up on them. That's how I started playing video games. But I have a great PC, and it's so much more convenient for me to sit down and just play while I can do other things on the other monitor. And it's, if I have work or any stream related stuff I need to go do, I can do it while I'm gaming. So I feel like PC is just more fun for me at the moment. And I think at heart, I am a PC gamer, but console will always have a special place in my heart.
Yeah, I love a console, but really truly what changed for me is you go from sitting on your couch 8 feet away from the TV to having the screen in front of your face. And I feel like that gaming experience is much better. You know what I'm saying? Like you're no longer, I don't want to say the word squinting, but like, it's like, even if you have a 65-inch TV on the wall and you're still sitting 8 feet, you don't feel as immersed in a game that you do when I'm sitting, 20 inches away from my 27-inch monitor.
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm in it. You know what I mean?
I totally agree. I mean, console always, like, I always had to sit on my floor when I play console games because the couch was too far away. And I mean, for Zero Dawn, I mean, that when I kill one of the machines, I'm always like doing this, like, wait, is that a part I need, or is that just like some random shards I don't need or whatever? So right. I always had that issue, and then when I got it in 2020 on my PC, I'm like, this is so much easier. So
much better. Yeah.
Yeah.
I prefer PC definitely. All right. So on your stream, you play a few different games or rotate between things. Why do you gravitate towards like variety gaming or streaming, I should say?
Yeah, no, I have definitely tried being a single game content creator before. I actually had a conversation with yours truly, Marcus, before a few months back, and we had a conversation about like what's the benefits between being a single game streamer and a variety streamer. And I mean, pretty much the end goal was I gave myself a month to try playing a single game and to see how my community reacted, how it grew, how it failed. And I chose SWOTOR because that was the only game that was online, continuing to be updated, that I was enjoying at the time. And I'm like, you know what? Let's try SWOTOR. I have plenty of people to help me out if I need any help. So I started that. And for the first few weeks, it was awesome. I had so much fun. I had a lot of SWOTOR community members coming in being like, hey, do you want to run a PvP game? You want to run some flashpoints, whatever. And it was a ton of fun. I really had a good time with it. But as I started hitting the third, fourth week, I kind of was like, oh, I have to go stream SWOTOR again. I can't go play the game I want to play because I have to play SWOTOR.
Yeah.
And at that point, I kind of realized I don't have the attention span to play the same game every single time 3 days a week for 3 hours. I can't do it. I get bored. And I tried, I really did, but I realized at that point variety is the way for me. However, I kind of chose a happy medium. I noticed a lot of variety streamers stream like 8-9 different games. Like they rotate through things like crazy. But I try to keep it down to 2 or 3 games so I can build a community out of those games, but not lose people because I'm doing 15 different things. So
that makes sense. I feel like that is a nice sweet spot to like find your lanes.
Well, yes, and you know, when you do variety gaming, I tell everybody you have to play what you enjoy, because when people see you playing a game you enjoy, they enjoy that content more than seeing you frustrated playing a game. But at the same time, when you have multiple communities that you're connecting yourself with, it's harder to grow in the content creation space, because one day you're playing Star Wars Battlefront, the next day you're playing SWOTOR, the next day you're playing Witcher 3, and that's 3 different communities. So it's really hard to get that base of people. And I'm not saying it's not possible, because there's so many successful content creators that do this. It's just, I do not have the attention span to be able to invest in multiple games. Like, I feel like I have to get in one game that I can immerse myself in, and then that's it, until the day where I'm not immersed anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah, no, I totally get it. And I mean, I think I have, by the skin of my teeth, I've squeaked out a success there, because I have a very small community. However, I have a core of like 10, 15 different people that can come into my stream, and no matter what I'm playing, they will be there for me. And that is all that matters. So I feel like if I just have those few people in my stream that I'm chatting with, everything else will fall into line.
Anytime you have one viewer, who is taking the time out of their day to be with you, that's all that matters.
Exactly.
You know, I'll never forget it. And I say this story all the time. When I first started streaming, Nick hung out with me in my stream for the first like 7 streams, and Nick was the only person there for 2 of them.
Yeah.
And it was nerve-wracking. It was everything. So I do understand. And now that makes me appreciate every single person more. Like, if you come into my stream, I appreciate that. Whether you come in and just say hi and then have to leave, it says, hey, Marcus, I'm thinking about you. You know what I mean? Or hey, Nick, and then I'm gone. Or hey, Emrys, and then I'm gone. It's not about anything else. It's the fact that somebody takes the time out of their day to come to your stream. And if you're streaming for that one person, that person is awesome. You know what I mean?
It makes your day. It makes your whole stream.
Exactly.
This is super important to me. Like mega important.
Okay. Wait, I feel like we missed a question.
No, we didn't.
I think we did. Wait a minute.
Wait, what are you ruining the flow for? Like it's fine.
I like to break up the flow with our stupid questions.
Yeah, I did. Here's it's a stupid but serious question. Who's your favorite Star Wars character?
That's what I wanted to ask.
Okay, I've actually.
Did you just cross that out and I missed it?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, that's why.
So
everybody, I want everybody to type in Discord when you hear this, please. In the general channel, suck less, Nick. Anybody? Okay. The first person to type in the general chat. Well, how about this? The first 3 people to type in the general chat that is not Emrys or anybody else, because you're on the show. First 3 people to type in general chat, suckless at Nick Vern, will get a prize.
Yeah.
We'll get a prize.
I was really hoping I could cheat the system and win. No.
So anyways, who is your favorite Star Wars character?
So I've actually thought about this, and the way I'm going to break it up is my favorite canon show character, favorite canon movie character, and then non-canon character. So I have 3. So one from the shows, one from the movies, one that's not canon.
That's a lot of favorites because I couldn't do that. Go.
So for the show, this includes like Rebels and Clone Wars, Ahsoka Tano for sure. The character development completely shocked me when I first watched Clone Wars, from her being this like bratty character that I hated in like season 1 and 2, and then fell in love with by the end of the Clone Wars. Super cool character.
Okay.
The movies, Obi-Wan Kenobi for sure. I know that's a very general common answer, but I mean, there's nothing wrong with Obi-Wan. I mean, even just like I grew up with the originals. That's when my parents showed me the originals first before I saw the prequels. And I'm like, who's this Ben Kenobi? Like, we don't know anything about this old man, and he dies whatever in the movie in New Hope. And as soon as I watched the prequels, I fell in love with Obi-Wan. I mean, Ewan McGregor is just amazing, but still, I love the character, always will. And then my final non-canon would probably be Darth Malgus.
Okay.
I mean, again, SWTOR, and then just the baddest dude in SWTOR, and always have enjoyed seeing him in the expansions and all of these things. So super, super cool character.
Those are great answers. I totally agree. Obi-Wan Kenobi is a very popular answer. That's not like a, but it makes sense. He's like the quintessential Jedi. Like he is, when you think of what a Jedi is supposed to be, it's Obi-Wan Kenobi is a perfect example. You know, he's like the gold standard for Jedi Knight, especially like a combat-y flavored one, you know. But so I would go through Marcus and I's favorites, but everyone knows ours already.
Yes.
We're not doing that.
And if Emrys has listened to the show,
he knows our favorite characters.
Oh, I know.
So, without further ado, what are your goals for stream?
Honestly, to be honest, I don't have a general end goal. I mean, being Twitch partner would be awesome, obviously. I mean, that may be a long way off, but honestly, my best goal right now is just to build a happy, positive community that will just make a difference on Twitch. I just want it to be a safe space where people can come in, chat about video games, just hang out, have some fun, playing some nice games, Battlefront 2, Overwatch, whatever we're doing that day. I just want people to enjoy themselves, being able to relax in there and just have a good time. And I mean, that obviously would involve me growing as a streamer, getting more viewers, being able to reach out to more people. And that's kind of my goal, is to reach out to as many people as possible. And I mean, growing the channel is the best way to do that.
Absolutely. All right. This might be the most important question of the evening. It means the most.
And I have something to add to this, so I'm going to let you ask.
Okay. So, like I say this a lot, but there are many, many correct answers and great answers and acceptable answers to this question. But there's one wrong answer, and it's a giant. We'll judge the crap out of you, and we might kick you off the show if you answer wrong. So it's really easy to get any of the correct answers, But if you hit that one eject button,
Right.
So the question is, what is your favorite ice cream flavor?
Man, I already felt enough pressure today, and now I feel even more.
You got plenty of right options. Just don't pick the wrong one. Don't step on the landmine.
So I've had this flavor all the time, and I gotta say, cookies and cream is always good no matter what day you eat it.
That's
Okay,
a great
indeed.
answer.
It's a great answer. Cookies and cream, very popular. Cookie dough, also very popular.
Yes.
Perfectly respectable. Makes
Yes.
sense. Totally get it.
So Nick, this is a crazy sidebar. Do I have wavelengths for you when I
Wavelength?
speak in the podcast? I do.
Yeah, it's perfect.
All right, because not on mine. Anyways, so
Okay.
I'm reading Julia's book the night before first grade. We were reading it again tonight.
That's a children's book, I take it.
Obviously, Nick, it's not an adult's book. Are you going
Okay.
into first grade? Come on.
No, he's
I mean,
reading
what if-
Twilight to Julia, obviously.
Yeah, exactly.
What if I got to go back? I don't know.
Well, you might have to. But anyway, the kids said in the book, it was like, I can't wait to get home and have pistachio ice cream. And I was like, okay, there are fucking psychopaths in the world because there is no fucking first grader on planet Earth that is like, I want pistachio ice cream.
Yeah, that is the wrong answer for anyone who is.
Yeah, the
think about
chance
it.
of that is 0.0.
Yeah, no first graders. Like, of all the ice cream flavors that exist in the universe, nobody's picking pistachio as their number one favorite flavor. And if you do, there's something wrong with you, and
Yes.
get off the show.
Yeah, exactly. What would you say your favorite stream moment is?
Okay, I'm gonna have two because one of them is kind of like a big moment in my career, and the other one just made me want to cry because it touched me so much.
Okay.
So the first time was actually the first time I got a big raid on Twitch, and that was from Vic. So Vic is a awesome was SWOTOR streamer. Is doing a lot of GTA right now, but she came in. She didn't know me at the time. I was just playing SWOTOR with like no viewers. And Vic ended her stream and completely bombed my stream with like 80 viewers. And
Damn.
I pretty much just sat there with an open mouth, not understanding, not knowing what I do, because I never had that many people in my stream before. And I'm like, I have like 89, 91 people watching me right now. I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
So it was just sensory overload. And that's just when I realized that I can actually make a positive impact in people's lives. And that's where I'm going with my second point is, I'm not going to say who it is. However, I had somebody come to me in DMs telling me they've had a really hard time with personal issues in their life. And the only thing that was making them happy was my stream. And they said,
Wow.
that every time I go live, that's the only time that they're happy, and that I have made their life easier by being just my Papega self on stream, just doing whatever. And that is how they've been getting through that really hard time. And I will always, if I ever am struggling in content creation, I will always remember that moment because that touched me and was an incredible moment for me.
Hell yeah. That's what it's all about. I totally get it.
I do agree. And some of the people out there that you meet, you don't know what people are going through. And when somebody says that to you, it's awesome. And I'm just going to give you guys a sidebar. You guys can't see this. So speaking of Jackie, look what she just sent me.
No, don't bring back the waffles. No.
Waffles.
Not
Yes,
the
the Parks and Rec waffles.
Yeah. What's her name from Parks and Rec?
I don't know, the blonde. And
oh
she's
my
just
God.
eating a waffle.
Waffles in her hospital bed. It's a giant Belgian waffle. Dude, I gotta get some waffles. I gotta get a waffle maker. Dude, I should get a Star Wars one.
Yes. I don't know why you don't have one yet. They're amazing.
Oh my God. I'm failing at life.
Emrys, tell everybody where they can find you.
You guys can find me EMRYS Emrys Gaming 112 on Twitch and Emrys Gaming on YouTube.
Sweet.
Awesome. Well, you know what time it is. It's time for working class questions.
Working class questions.
I don't have a good segue planned out for that yet, but
so we
did you get rid of the page break? I like these on a separate page, or I'm going to flip the table over.
Well, then press enter and make it a separate page, Nick.
Like, what the fuck is wrong with you, Nick? I have no idea. Why do you need? Like, thank you.
You clicked something and it went away, and I'm freaking out. But it's time for working class questions.
All right. So, as everybody knows, the past few weeks have been kind of crazy with the podcast, so we have not gotten to these questions. So
we have like 20.
Yeah, like there's a lot. So get ready, buckle up, get a drink, get a giant mixing bowl full of ice cream with sprinkles, nuts, and fucking everything else. Give Nick as much chocolate as he possibly can handle. Let's get this going. I'm going to start it off. Nazir. Wow.
Yep.
Dude, I was looking back. Nezzer hasn't been on the show since like episode 5 or like 15.
I know. It's been way back.
Yeah. So what is the next piece of Star Trek tech that will come to reality?
All right. Can I go first?
Yes.
So I am very unfamiliar with Star Trek. So I don't know a lot of their technology besides beam me up, Scotty. So I'm going to say that. I'm going to say teleportation.
Okay.
Or at least a tractor beam elevator thing. A wireless, boxless elevator. Beam me up. What do you guys think?
I have to admit that I have to just copy you because I have seen probably a grand total of 10 minutes of Star Trek. So I have no idea. So you know what? I'm just going to leach off of Nick.
Okay, I'll just to get some variety, or I think.
Wait a minute, I haven't even gotten to go yet.
Okay, go ahead. Let's steal something else.
I was just gonna say hyperspace, like hyperspeed. Like,
wait a minute, we're missing something. Go ahead though.
Moving at the speed of light. I think that's gonna come to reality long before teleportation or a phaser. That's what I was
gonna say. The guns, because we have laser weapons now. Like the military uses those to like zap missiles out of the sky and stuff.
Freaking sharks with freaking laser. And all I got is sea bass. Anyways, Duft asks, which one is better? Better Call Saul or Breaking Bad?
All right, why don't you two go first because I jumped in.
So I actually have never watched either.
Really?
For reasons I can't watch that.
Okay.
I don't have any reasons. I just haven't.
Well, I haven't seen Better Call Saul, but I have seen Breaking Bad, and Breaking Bad is very good. So I will say, I should say, I started watching Better Call Saul, and I couldn't really get into it. It didn't have the same like grip as Breaking Bad. So I'm going to say Breaking Bad. I feel like Better Call Saul, the reason I couldn't get into it because like it was missing that big like central conflict that grabs you and like takes you on the ride that Breaking Bad has, because Walt's got cancer and is dying and starts making meth within the first 2 episodes. So like that right away is like, bam, we're sprinting through this story. Like crazy stuff's happening. Let's go. Whereas Better Call Saul is like, I'm a lawyer in this universe that you really like, but like I'm doing lawyer things. And it's like, I don't care. You know, it's hard to get into. For me. And like people who love Better Call Saul are like, that's not what the show's about. Blah, 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 blah. But for me, that's the deal. So Breaking Bad for me. Our next question comes from DL Smooth. Good old Dark Light Wolf. Was Working Class Nerds the original name of the podcast? Yes, actually. I don't think we had. Did we have any other title ideas? We toyed around with blue collar something, but like I think we thought of Working Class Nerds pretty quickly.
No, there was never another name. That was just it.
It was pretty much like, well, the concept is we're regular dudes talking about nerdy stuff. I'm like, okay, we're just working class nerds. I'm like, that's the good name of the show. And I think we tried to think of a better name for like some period of time, but just kept coming back to Working Class Nerds because that was the original thing we thought of, and it's stuck. And I think it's great. There is no other name. There is only working class nerds.
Yeah, it's the only one. So KP Dizzle asks, in all seriousness, if you could choose one fictional world to live in and you forgot about all others, what world would you want to live in?
I feel like every working class questions we've answered this. I don't know if it's KP trolling us and I forget who asks it every time.
No,
but,
it's different every time.
Are you guys good? Either of you?
I mean, I can speed run this. There are so many good ones, I have to admit. I would pick Star Wars if I could choose where I end up. If I pressed a button and it spawned me in the Star Wars universe, but it was random what I had as a job or what I was, because you don't know what you're going to be. You could be a Jedi absolutely kicking butt on the battlefield, or you could be a janitor for Jabba the Hutt's palace. It doesn't really matter. Either way, I would want to pick what I can do. But
that Rancor pit's got to smell bad.
Exactly.
I think about this a lot, and I would say the Mass Effect universe.
Because even as a regular, you got to figure, even as a regular person in Mass Effect, it's still pretty cool.
Yeah, because if I've said this before, if I was in the Star Wars universe, I'd just be a Twi'lek dancer. That's just
yep. Do 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 do. I forget. I think I answer this differently every time. Star Wars and Mass Effect are good calls because it's tough, even if you were a janitor. Well, because if you were a janitor in Star Wars, that would suck. But Mass Effect, regular people can travel the galaxy, so. Or if you look at Rey in the sequel trilogy, you can be one of those folks just scrapping for nothing. And
yeah,
that
but
too.
What if I was Tali's underwear in Mass Effect? That'd be a good universe to live
in. It's all about the masked booty. I don't know. I think if I could know that I would have powers, and Harry Potter would be cool too, or Star Wars if I knew I could have the Force. But if I didn't, I'm just a regular person. I'd probably want something closer to reality, and I'm gonna go with the Fallout universe because I know if you're just a dude dropped into the Fallout universe, you can go scavenge and find a plasma rifle and figure it out.
Sure.
Yeah. Daft asks another question. What would you rather have? Sorry, Duft. I can't read. Duft Pink 5 asks, would you rather have a zombie apocalypse or gray goo? And I don't know what gray goo is.
I'm going to say gray goo.
Do you know what gray goo is?
No.
I don't either.
I looked it up, and it's some sort of I think it's a simulation or something, the end of the world or something. I don't know. Yeah, catastrophe scenario involving molecular nanotechnology. Oh, wait, self-replicating machines consume all biomass. This is Horizon Zero Dawn.
Yes, 100%. 100% gray goo.
Oh, yeah, gray goo by all means.
I think, yeah, I'm gonna pick gray goo, but probably not for the reasons you guys are saying that. I don't want to deal with a zombie apocalypse. A zombie apocalypse takes forever. A gray goo is a nuclear bomb type of thing. I'm either gonna immediately die or survive until everything's done, and then it's just a reset. I don't want to have to. I want to either be dead right away or hide for, I don't know, a few weeks and then come back out of hiding into a clean landscape and start fresh.
Yeah, I don't want to zombie apocalypse. You're
you're fighting forever, man. That's
your
awful.
Life. Ugh.
Yeah,
I would never do that.
Smell, and they're super creepy.
And I'd be dead because rule 1 is cardio, and I'd be done.
Yeah, yeah. I don't even have a gun. I need to. Yeah, that zombie the zombie apocalypse would not go well for my setup right now. Although being on the 3rd floor apartment's not bad.
It's true. Because I
have limited exits, but
but you don't need them because you could barricade down bottom and they can't get to you.
That's true. I do have a ladder too, so worst case I could check out. I have an emergency ladder. I could check out a window if I need to exfil. It's not a bad setup, but
I'm going to handle both of Atrax's question. This is fast fire. YouTube Shorts or TikTok?
TikTok.
YouTube Shorts.
YouTube Shorts for me.
Okay.
Hoarders or my strange addiction?
the TV shows. Hey, I didn't watch a lot of either one, but for me, I'll go with My Strange Addiction. Hoarders are gross.
I agree. My Strange Addiction.
Marcus? I feel like Marcus has seen more hoarding, like going to people's houses who have shit everywhere.
Like, hoarding to me is weird because there's different levels of hoarding. So I'm going to pick hoarders because I've seen it, but like I know of hoarders who like their houses are clean, what you can see, but when you open up a closet, it's disgusting. Like, clothes piled to the ceiling or like old food just stacked up that you would never know if you're a normal person, but you open up their pantry to their kitchen and you're like, this fucking can of beans is from 2006.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so like I would pick hoarders.
I saw that with a lady that I had an encounter with. She opened her freezer to get ice out for beverages, and it was just like completely like so stuffed that like it was just a wall of like Tetris food in there of like random shit like vegetables and
that's like, not bad. She only has a small freezer.
No, but like, oh, did we lose Emrys?
Oh,
still have the audio. I don't know. Should I stop things?
No, keep going. Just keep explaining.
Well, anyways, yeah. So that it was the freezer was like hoardery, which was chaos, but
right.
No.
Okay, so I'm just gonna.
I believe we lost Emrys. We can just finish working class questions, though. Yes.
Is the cake a lie?
Yes, the cake is a lie. Don't fall for it. That's from Portal. In Portal,
and
2.
That's from newest Discord mod Quinn.
Oh, yes.
The cake is a lie.
It's always a lie. And this one's from Doritos, aka the Nerds community member that's always first in my streams. Is it country fried steak or chicken fried steak? I've honestly never eaten either one.
What?
I know.
What?
But, like, the concept is just deep fried steak, right?
Dude, next time we go out to dinner, it's going to sound hokey, but we're going to Cracker Barrel and you're getting it. It could be the greatest product ever created.
Well, I've also never been to Cracker Barrel. So
what the fuck? All right, that's our next dinner date.
All right, deal.
It's chicken.
Wait, we didn't answer the question. Chicken fried steak,
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I've heard it as is chicken fried steak. But like it's not very common up here in the Northeast. Duft again. Duft says, "What's the real reason why the show 2 weeks ago was postponed? It was actually because Marcus's computer was screwed up. It would not interact with Zencaster." But that's a great question. Quinn, newest Nerds community mod, once again asks, what's your favorite sci-fi trope? I don't know. Marcus? Sci-fi trope? Sci-fi trope?
What the fuck does that even mean?
Emrys is saying, guys, my internet blew out. Yeah, no problem. I don't know any tropes. Sci-fi tropes?
21 popular science fiction tropes for writers. Space travel issues, time travel issues, alternate universes. Everything is a simulation. Bad robots, bad aliens. Aliens are humans. Pure energy life forms. Oh, so it's basically tropes are like the plot.
Themes.
Yeah, the themes, the plots. So what's the question?
What's your favorite sci-fi trope?
I would say, what's my favorite? Let me look at this list, I guess. I kind of like the everything is a simulation. Like, I really like the concept of the Matrix.
Yeah.
So
that is cool. Or it's like an interest. I mean, sometimes it's lazy writing when it's like everything was a dream or like everything was a simulation. But they did that in Rick and Morty, where they start an episode and it's like Morty's having a whole life with like a family and like falls in love and like his kids are saying bye to him in the hospital bed and he's dead. And then like he dies and wakes up and he's in an arcade game called Roy. It's like, what the? And he's like, why did you? And he lived a whole life and Morty's freaking out like, oh my God, I just lived 95 years.
Yeah.
And now no time has passed. Like he's like, And Rick's berating him like, that weird midlife crisis section was odd choice, but
Right.
really 5 minutes have gone by. So that I think time dilation type stuff is interesting, but
Sure.
Sci-fi tropes. Atrax asked the same thing, I think. What's your favorite sci-fi trope? Or we copy and pasted in the wrong spot.
Probably
which
did
is
that.
Probably.
No, he said, "What is your favorite kind of tree?"
I think I know what he's getting at. My favorite kind of tree is the cannabis tree.
Mine is the walnut tree because I love walnut wood.
Okay. Fair enough. I don't know if I know what walnut looks like. It's like kind of dark, kind of not, right? Yep. All right. Sovi asks, would you rather see a remake of Demolition Man or Pretty Woman? Yes, I purposefully chose wildly different genres.
So I'll go first. I loved Demolition Man as a kid. Loved it. It was Wesley Snipes, movie. And Stallone. And it was like set in the future and like everything is like but like everything, the premise of the show was it's like there's like a perfect world, like utopia everywhere. Everybody's happy, everybody's perfect. And then Wesley Snipes is a bad guy and he gets out of jail or he breaks out of jail and he fucks everything up.
Okay.
Like the movie was awesome. So I would say definitely Demolition Man because honestly, I don't believe in the Pretty Woman premise.
No, me neither.
Like,
I don't do that.
Hooker meets millionaire and like all of a sudden is like housewife.
Yeah.
I don't think that happens.
Well, you'd like to believe it does, but it's not. Yeah, unfortunately. I would say Demolition Man as well because that actually looks interesting. That's a sci-fi like something I could see being cool. Stask asks, which big tech company will be responsible for AI becoming self-aware?
Skynet.
Well, Skynet's not a thing. Which real big tech company?
Actually, I don't believe it's actually any that you would think of. I think it's a Japanese company right now because there's right now 4 artificial intelligences that that they put in robots that just killed like 13 people for real. And they tried to, so they tried to
in Japan.
Yeah. And it's ridiculous. Like there's some shit going on. Like people should be afraid of AI. Elon Musk said it perfect. You don't need to worry about nukes killing all of us. It's going to be the AI.
Yeah, no, I concur.
All right, so I'll do the next one.
Yep, that's from
Roth says, favorite show you think nobody else has ever watched.
I got mine.
Go ahead.
It's called Bodyguard on Netflix. Oops, I just opened Netflix and that was loud. It's called Bodyguard on Netflix. It's a BBC show about a bodyguard, obviously. It stars the guy who played Robb Stark in Game of Thrones and then Icarus in Eternals. It's really, really good. I would say if you're questioning whether or not you're going to like it, watch the first 20 minutes. The opening scene, it will hook you similarly to how The Boys did. Totally different genre, but
mine is
good.
Mobile Suit. Mine is Gundam. Mobile Suit Gundam.
Ooh, cool. Great call. Anime.
Yeah.
I like it. Rayu asks, what future games or expansions are you looking forward to in 2023? Well,
Lightfall, God of War, which I won't. The nice part for me is I won't play God of War, but I'm going to play it through Nick on his stream.
Yeah.
So like I'll get to enjoy God of War, but like I won't have to play it because Nick.
Yeah, I mean God of War technically comes out in 2022.
Oh,
that's November.
Oh yeah, so Lightfall for me and Destiny.
I'm gonna say Starfield, the new Bethesda game set in space.
Your life is over when that game comes out.
Yeah, that's all I'm gonna be playing 100%.
Yeah,
I really hope they don't fuck it up.
No, they're not.
But even if it's not great and it's only good, like all I need is a 6.5 out of 10, and I'm gonna play the crap out of it.
Right.
You know.
Greenbot videos asks, how many hours is your ideal work week?
32.
50.
50?
Yeah.
I don't like working that much. I like a crisp You know what? When I was working 3 days a week in the emergency room, that was pretty solid. But 312s is too many.
I think 50 for me because I'm a small business owner, and when I work 50 hours, like if I could only work 50 hours, I feel like that would be the perfect balance of life and work. Because you look at, I'm working more than 10 hours a day, 6 days a week. And like, I'm talking about like, if it was just 10 hours, 5 days a week, it would be a dream. Because nobody that owns a small business works less than 50 hours.
Yeah, no, I get you. I think, I don't know. I don't think that like, I wouldn't mind working longer amounts of time. It's just how many days, if that makes sense. I just don't like working 5 days in a week. I would rather work 312s. And it's kind of hard to work. It's kind of hard to work 312s at my office job doing cancer research because like it's so boring to just sit in front of a computer. But like when I was in the emergency room running around doing tasks like interacting with patients, it's way easier to work 12 hours. But I definitely whatever I have to do to cut down the number of, it's not some necessarily hours, it's number of days per week. If I could cut it down, that would be great. But
sure.
We got a question from Emrys.
Oh, great. If Emrys was here, we would have gotten Emrys to ask the question. But that's okay.
But Emrys' internet cut out, so it's all good. Who is your favorite video game character? I don't know if we've asked this before or answered it.
No, I don't think we did.
We do Star Wars character all the time, but I don't know my favorite video game character. That is hard. I mean, I can start thinking of a few, like
Commander Shepard.
Shepard's a good one. I really like Arthur from Red Dead Redemption 2. I mean, Kratos is really cool also.
Darth Malgus.
Yeah.
Revan.
Revan's a cool character too. Yep.
There's a lot.
There's a lot of cool
Alucard. Fuck Dracula.
Right.
You know what I mean?
From Castlevania. Yeah.
Yeah. Holy cow. Wow. Yeah.
Like that's even there's a lot of like really cool non-main characters too.
Yeah.
Like
honestly, like the guy from The Boys, the bad guy, and he's always a bad guy.
Homelander?
Nope. The leader. He was in Jedi Fallen Order, Moff Gideon.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I really want to play the newest Far Cry game just so I can interact with that guy's character.
That guy is good. He's in Breaking Bad also.
Yes, he's a villain there.
He's a villain there.
He may be the best viilin character, TV or movie star ever. Actor ever.
He's definitely top. Yeah.
There's nobody better.
Yeah.
Dude, that guy is fucking terrifying when he talks.
In every, you know, it's a great point because he's terrifying and is a great villain in every single role he does, and he's lots of different villains. I was gonna say Christopher Waltz in Inglourious Bastards. He plays the Nazi character. That is fucking terrifying. Also, he did a great job at that, but he does lots of different roles. Like Christopher Waltz does all kinds of different stuff. So, but I wish it's Juan Carlos something.
Yeah, Juan Carlos
Esposito.
Yeah.
Yes, that's the guy's name. Really good.
Albus asks, you walk into a bakery. What are you buying?
If I'm going to a bakery, it's probably an Italian one. And I'm probably getting pastries, which means I'm getting a Sfiadel.
So I have two answers because like it's hit or miss. So like I'll go to a bakery if it's in the morning, Boston cream donut. All the way. Bakeries, Boston cream donuts are like giant and they're actually like filled with cream. It's not just like a squirt, you know what I mean, of it in there.
Yes.
It's like an actual Boston cream donut. But if I'm going like to get desserts to like you're saying an Italian bakery, cannoli all the way.
Yeah. I love cannolis too, but like most of the time they have chocolate chips in the filling, so I'm out. But
no,
if I get a custom one and it's got no chocolate chips in there, cannolis are the shit. I love cannolis.
Yeah.
But I will say, Marcus and I disagree on the best spot for cannolis in Boston.
Yes, that is true.
Yeah, you're a Mike's Bakery guy, and I'm a modern...
Mike's Pastry.
Whatever it's called. The inferior one across the street.
Yeah.
You're a Mike's Pastry, I'm a Modern Bakery guy.
Right.
It's definitely go to Modern. But, so last question from Sovi. Gambit or Crucible to do until reset?
and you can't go to orbit,
You can't go to orbit.
I would pick Crucible like PvP, just straight up PvP. No
Just-
song or dance, just PvP.
I think Gambit. I like the collecting things. That's a little more strategic. I like that better.
Yeah, because I can see both sides, because like if you enjoy, like if you're in Gambit and you're like, there's better chances to have more fun because there's multiple things to do. Like,
Yeah, you can
I'm going to
collect
kill
the
all the high
stuff and
value
hide,
targets,
or-
or I'm going to go invade, or I'm going to collect all the stuff this time, or focus on the boss. Where in PvP, like if you get in some sweaty lobbies, it can be really
That's a
frustrating.
long game. If it becomes a long match, if you're just getting destroyed by people. But all right, I think that's everything.
What are you guys talking about in here?
Find out next episode of Working Class Nerds.